Oh yeah, that's a lot better. You know, we confiscated one of these bug out bags, or of course I call them the New World Order snack bags. And it was really nice of these patriots to pack these little lunches for us. I really appreciate it. And what we got today was chips. And this poor patriot, he packed some chips in his bug out purse, and we confiscated them. And they're really not that bad. Actually, these chips, they kind of represent, I think, the patriot movement as a whole, because you know they kind of look organized like that. See how they're like all together and what have you, and they think they're strong, but they're really weak. They're brittle, kind of like this chip. See how that just breaks apart, and there's really nothing to it. It's really pathetic. See, I remember back in the day listening to these idiots talking about, well, if we march on Washington steps and we have 50,000 guns and, well, we're going to make a stand and we're going to show them. And I'm thinking, are you an idiot? Are you an idiot? One guy shows up to the school with a black umbrella, someone calls it in as a gun, and he's met with 150 SWAT personnel right up his ass. And you're telling me you're going to take 150,000 guys that are armed and go marching on Washington, D.C. steps and nothing's going to happen? They're going to listen to you? Let's do a little math there, dumbass. If 5 guys walk up to my house and they got a bunch of bats with nails in it, they're demanding my couch, well, if I have a shotgun, chances are I'm going to blow their fucking head off. I'm not going to listen to anything that they demand. Do the math. What a bunch of tards, you know? I mean, really. See, the New World Order has the best equipment, the best weapons, the best training, the best military, the best of everything. And what do you have? You have our second and third rate weaponry that we allowed you to buy at a gun store somewhere. Okay? You don't have all the good toys. We do. And don't you forget it. And see, a lot of people, they just didn't understand. They didn't understand how things work. Because before the so-called revolution, before the revolution began, the New World Order soldiers were actually your congressman and your congresswoman. And their weapon of choice was a simple pen. From the president on down, their weapon of choice was a simple pen. By means they could sign their name to any given bill or law that was passed, whether it be the president on down or a governor somewhere. And all these people had to follow what that pen dictated by signature. But see, a lot of people didn't realize that. The average American didn't see that. But see, it was a very well thought out plan. And boy, was it successful. Because see, early in the game, the government or the New World Order, because see, your congressperson, your president, and all the people that you think are your leaders are really not your leaders. They have people behind them dictating and whispering in their ear what they will and what they will not do. And by golly, they better do it, because they will be hell to pay if they don't. You might want to ask a couple of people that are no longer with us, that is absolutely a fact. But you can't ask them because they're not here anymore. But certain people in the history of America thought that they were really going to change something, thought that they were going to change policy, thought that they were going to change the way of life. But they were sadly mistaken, and they had to be, let's say, coerced into thinking otherwise. And then if they didn't, well, they were shown to the door, if you know my meaning. But see, before the actual New World Order soldiers started marching and stomping in the streets of America, the actual New World Order soldiers were your Congress people. Because the government controlled all radio. The government controlled all television, all of the CB radios and such. They controlled the information. And as time went on and on and on, then they started to control other things like the banking system, the transportation system, the trade system, or the trades that were imposed and in place for, let's say, private industry. Sure, it was private. It wasn't private. It's all government controlled. And you know what the nail in the coffin was? And see, a lot of people didn't realize this. But the nail in the coffin is when the, let's say, clerical New World Order soldiers passed the health care bill. Because now, before, see, the government didn't really own your body. But when that passed, they do now. They own every part of your life, and on the contrary, every part of your death. Because if you really think that you're going to die and all your organs are going to be buried in the ground somewhere and not be harvested to be distributed to the other guy, well, you're wrong. And then, of course, you got population control like abortion and other things like that. I mean, what an absolutely totalitarian way to do business, but to say, if you do not purchase something, it is against the law, consequently you will be fined, and if you can't afford that fine, then you will be incarcerated. It was absolutely brilliant. But you see, the problem was, a select few of Americans thought that they were going to rise up, thought that they were going to do something about it. But they're not going to do anything about it because they're fat, they're lazy, they're uneducated, they don't have the will, they don't know what it's like to be without the creature comforts because they're fucking Americans. And they've been spoiled all of their lives. It's quite pathetic. Quite pathetic. So, all the New World Order soldiers before me and all the New World Order soldiers after me will do what I'm doing to you right now. We will be condescending upon you. We will be looking down on you. You will do what we say. You will do what we want, or else we will take it. Kind of like these chips. America is now known as the prison nation. Because not only do you have the drug dealers and the rapists and the murderers, but now you have those people that dare break the law by not buying something like health insurance. And we're going to, if they can't pay the fine, we're going to have to put them in jail next to the rapists and the drug dealers and the murderers. It was a brilliant plan, I have to admit. A brilliant plan. So, All these people that want to walk around and they want to be sheep, well, I encourage it because it keeps me employed. It keeps me employed. Because if everyone were to wake up at the same time and just flat out refuse, there is not enough support, there is not enough troops, there are not enough personnel in the world to take on an armed population like the United States civilian. No way. But you know what? What we have on our side is that Americans will never do that. Because they're fat, they're lazy, they're inept, and God forbid they don't want to lose any of their creature comforts. It's absolutely hysterical. So let me ask you a question. What are you going to do? Nothing.
That's right. None did call it a conspiracy. Carry on morals and dogma. I'll reply. That's all you need to read. And you will have a master's degree in the new world order. That's all you need indeed.
But this is one time. Forget the conspiracy. Listen to our government agencies. These guys are telling the truth.
Operation Gladio! Gulf of Tonkin! USS Maine! USS Liberty! Swan Flu! 7-7! Oklahoma City! 9/11! Grassroots movements are rarely in existence. They get controlled and pigeonholed by the very same opposition. I can't believe you ain't canceling your subscription. You fell victim to the fraudulent two-party system. They both owned by the offshore banks. If you don't get on board with that, you walk the plank, point blank. They neutering the men, giving them estrogen. It's Nazi Germany on crack, steroids, and mescaline. They're pirates operating under a different law. Maritime admiralty shit, brother, is getting raw. School children getting put up against the wall for mandatory vaccines, which show them things against the law. Ain't it a shame all the games they play? Patriots under surveillance with some names they say. It's all controlled by blackmail and prostitution. You're about to see a real revolution.
Wake up, boy, there's a light at the window. I can hear someone knocking on the door. There are voices in the street and the sound of running feet, and they whisper the word. The only unregulated private entity on the planet, this private, super secret bank, is the most secret aspect in all of the government. The time has come to bring you back to us now, like the prodigal son. Surely we can't stop fighting till we move as one in mind and purpose, straight to our victory, certain over the man behind the curtain. So we reach out to wake up those willing to speak out and take action before we get the camps and the rations. Good and evil clashing in the 21st century. Make your choice now. Will you be a friend or an enemy of a true revolution against wicked institutions? They done set up the rulers, the evidence plentiful. Just read what they plan to do to us. In short, remove us from the planet, but we rock with the home court advantage. We done kicked off the revolution, now we expanded. Perpetrators of crimes against humanity reprimanded and punished. Where to go? Follow the sound of feet running, and follow the sound of truth spitting like machine gunning. Boy, there's a light at the window. I can hear someone knocking on the door. There are voices in the street and the sound of running feet, and they whisper the word.
People waking up in droves, but the media been trying to hide that. Playing tricks of car roll, trying to get you sidetracked.
But
Satan is getting celebrated.
They bombard your brain with thoughts from the idiot box. A race to the bottom on your mark, but we too smart.
And we won't fall once the movement starts to snowball. Nuremberg 2, who'll be on the roll call?
Please tell them.
The last 9 administrations
Using them Nazi strategies, camps for
concentrations and populations.
and illegal wars on nations.
Now that's treason.
To bring global government in due season.
That's why they argue that a carbon tax is needed. The failed revolution can't be defeated. Boy, there's a light at the window. I can hear some